Welcome to Tech-Enabled Agent. I am your coach, Maps Technology Coach, Bret Shegrue. Got my headphones on today because we have a bunch of guests. So it is one thing to learn to use technology, but then you got to learn to convert with it, and you have to know to talk around it, right? One of the things we talk about in this course is that mastery of scripting is not just the scripts, it's also knowing your technical steps, like how to send the thing without really having to think about it, so you don't lose that moment that you're connecting, right? You don't want to talk to somebody about Keller Mortgage and then not know how to send them the application from your phone while you're talking to them to sign up for Keller Mortgage. So we're going to have 3 different scripts that we've used in our program before. We have 3 or 4, a fourth may be joining us, guests that are going to role play with each other. So that way we can improve our skills, because what do we need to focus on in a shift? And we're all undergoing one. We need to focus on our prospecting, right? We need to double down that prospecting, which means we need to improve our skills. So we're going to improve our skills converting around Kelly and Command. So let's get to class. So first, I am officially excited to say we have our own Connect group. Go to Command, click that Connect button, scroll down. You see where it's highlighted. I have a lot of groups I'm in. Tech-Enabled Agent Coaching. We've had one person who accidentally discovered it already, who started writing in there. I would love for you guys after today to find each other's role play partners so we improve our skills together. Okay, it simply looks like this. Soon we're gonna be able to store documents in there. That's still coming soon, so we can keep all our scripting there. And that's really, really going to be a great way for us to all grow together. And all those questions you send to me, like kind of like one-off questions, we can share them with each other. We can answer each other. A great way to learn something is to teach it. I promise. I do this every day, right? So soon we'll be able to store those documents and we can start helping each other out. Okay? All right, one more thing before we get to our guests and to class. If you've been changing out of other databases and you've been wondering how to use your specific database, you see here at answers.kw.com, we have what is called field mapping directions. So right now, there's eEdge, Top Producer, Brivity, Real Geeks, Commissions Inc., Boomtown, and Follow Up Boss. So you can learn how to move out of your current database best into Command. So it's a really neat thing that KWU put together, and I thought I would share because I discovered it earlier this week. Okay, it is role play day, and it's role play day around using our technology. So today we're going to role play. We have our guests that I mentioned. We're going to think about this from the perspective of shift tactic number 5, which is get to the table for lead conversion. So I took the 6 connecting questions straight from page 95, and those questions are: who are they? What do they want or need to do? Where do they want or need to do it? What do they want or need to do? Or why do they want or need to do it? Excuse me. When, right? When do they want or need to do it? And how do they plan to do it? Who, what, where, why, when, and how are the best ways to connect. So let's bring on our guests. Come on and join me, guys. They're all kind of driving themselves. Hello, Lisa, Chip, and Julia.
Hey, Bret.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
So quickly, we'll start with Chip. We'll go to Julia, then Lisa. Just quickly introduce yourselves, everybody.
My name is Chip Parrish. I'm a team leader in Trumbull, Connecticut. That's the upper end of Fairfield County, just north of Manhattan. And I also have a mega agent team in Bret's neck of the woods out of Denver, Colorado.
All right. Go ahead, Julia.
I'm Julia Hurley, the Knoxville, Tennessee area. I'm the partner here at the Lenore City Keller Williams, and send me some referrals.
Such an agent answer, Julia. Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Easterwood, and I am here in Houston at the Southwest office, and which is actually in Sugar Land. I am previously from Bret's office up in Denver, moved back home to Houston, so enjoying my warm weather.
Everyone's going to start thinking I have some type of regional bias. All right, so let's get to our first script. I'm going to pop it up here on screen. I'm going to read it really quick, and then we're going to start with Julia and Lisa. Okay. So I heard you two were working on changing the script. And that's a gutsy move. This is straight from Gary Keller. This is how to get addresses in Command. And so remember, only 8% of the contacts during family reunion had addresses in Command, which is crazy to me. So let's do this script together. Chip and I are going to watch Julia and Lisa. Go right ahead, ladies.
Lisa, you want me to call you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Lisa, it's Julia Hurley, Keller Williams Real Estate. How are you doing today?
Doing fine, thanks. How are you?
Oh, gosh, I couldn't be better. Thank you so much for asking. Listen, not trying to sell anything with you today. Just wanted to follow up. I'm getting ready to share some really awesome data specific to just you and your home. And I was wanting to double check and make sure I had the correct address. Is 123 Main Street still your mailing address?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. I'm going to be emailing you your very own website for just your home and just your neighborhood. That way you don't have to worry about clicking on these home value links or anything such of that nature. Does that sound okay to you?
Sure.
Awesome. You know, I also would love to be able to text message you this. So that way, just in case you're talking to a neighbor that would like to sell and also needs a home value, that you could share that with them. Is 865-237-7328 still your cell phone number?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Do you mind if I go ahead and send you that text as well?
Sure, that works.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm so excited to send that with you and share this with you. Also, I can email it to you, and that way you can forward that to your friends and family or take that link and post it on your social media. Do you mind if I make sure that lisa@kw.com is still your email address?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Lisa, I am just so excited. Again, this is going to be personalized just for you and just for your neighborhood. And thank you so much for taking time to speak with me today. If you happen to know anybody looking to sell or buy any real estate, you know to call me, right?
Sure do.
Thanks, Lisa. We'll talk soon, okay?
Sure.
Great. Bye.
Bye, thanks.
All right, so you solved the question there, Julia, from the slide, right? What were you missing? I intentionally didn't put up a CTA, and you did that. Right, so Chip, as the observer, what did you think? Oh, Chip is muted.
There we go. Let's try that again. I think you guys did a great job. I love the text piece. I think that was a great addition that you added to it. I think my favorite thing is that you did the ask. I think that oftentimes we get wrapped up in this stuff and we forget we're so focused on the technology that we don't make the ask. And so you did. Certainly made the ask, and I love how you told Lisa how she could share it and gave her permission to share it, which someone might not necessarily know. Good job, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, right. So what happens is sometimes we get overwhelmed by the technology steps. We forget to do the sales part, right? And so that's what we focused on. Okay, so Chip and I are going to sit here. Now Lisa has the great joy of calling Julia.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, Julia. This is Lisa Easterwood with Keller Williams Southwest. I'm getting ready to prepare specific data on a home in the neighborhood, in your neighborhood, and realize that I'm not sure if I have your correct address. Are you still at 123 Main Street?
I am, Lisa.
Great. Well, I can either email it or text to you this great website that will keep on top of your home information in your neighborhood without having to comb through dozens of other websites. It's customized just for your neighborhood and the information that we get from the Nextdoor app. Have you heard about that?
I have not.
Well, your neighbors are part of this Nextdoor, and they've created this neighborhood information that this information is drawn from. Do you mind if I send it out to you?
Sure.
Okay. Is your email still julia@kw.com?
It is.
Okay. And am I talking to you on your cell phone or am I talking to you at your home phone?
You've got me on my cell.
Okay. So I have that too. So do you mind if I text and email you this wonderful little snapshot of your neighborhood?
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll be talking to you soon.
Okay, I look forward to it.
Thanks.
All right, Chip, what'd you think?
I thought it was good. The Nextdoor piece feels a little, it felt a little clunky, just to be transparent with you. And I think that that's part of, I understand where you're going with it. I think some people know about Nextdoor. Some people like myself have not had the best experience with Nextdoor. I actually had to get off of Nextdoor because Virginia Village, where my home is in Denver, has a crazy coyote lady. I hope you're not part of Keller Williams and on this call right now. If you are, I apologize. And it was just too much. Like I just couldn't deal with it. So that might be a little bit too in depth for the first go around.
Okay.
But the thing that's resonating with me right now from both of you guys is this is super conversational, right? It's just we're just offering something, and once they see it, I think the follow-up call is going to be really cool too.
Right.
So we actually have a question from somebody, and so I want to see what you guys think about this before we do our next script. Karen says that saying too many times it might be personalized just for them might make them think it wouldn't be beneficial to others if they shared it. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's why I added personal to your home address and your neighborhood, and you can share this with your neighborhood.
Ah, good answer. Good answer.
I like the route that Julie is going with it, where there's a bold law in there, and it's not popping in my head. People grow into the conversations around them, but you're telling them, right? We're telling our clients how to behave, and I think that so often we miss that, right? We completely miss, like, people really do want to help us, they just don't know how to help us. So when you tell them, hey Julia, go share this with your friends, this is about your neighborhood, maybe that does sound better than, hey, this is personalized to your address.
Okay, I actually really like that feedback. All right, guys, so in the spirit of keep moving forward, nice job on our first script. We're going to look really quick, if you could all take yourselves off of camera, what that looks like in command, and then we're all going to come back on and do our next script together. All right, so quickly, so we have our guest there, what's that look like in command, right? So you're in this screen, you're calling Amber here. So let's go through it, and you're getting Amber's address, right? So you click your edit pencil, and where's our address, right? It's right down here where it naturally says address. And you can put your home address. You can also put a home and an office address, or if maybe they have a second home like an investment property. And when you start typing in the address, right, it populates. It pulls that information from Google, and we can add our custom fields. And here's all that extra information that you can get while you're on the phone. Okay, so I'm going to maybe want to put in my lead source like an open house, so we can track that in reporting. We save it. We can see that we change our source. There's the address, and we want to send out that personalized page, right? So we're going to add a neighborhood. So I'm going to type in my neighborhood really fast for you guys. Send this out, right? We copy this, we can email it out, we can text it out. We promise we're sending this, and we need to do this quickly. We want to keep them excited and engaged, not send this to them eventually. All right, it pops up looking like that. There's our page. There's all my bio info. I know I'm going kind of fast, but you guys have been learning how to do this, so we should all know what this page looks like by now. And if you want to email it, which you should, you're going to click on their link. Up pops your Gmail or whatever email you use, and we send this out. Okay, so let's all come back on camera here, and we're going to go into our second script.
Hey, Brett, quick question for you. If you were going to text it, and you're not using Twilio, what's your suggestion on that?
Simplest way is to put that link somewhere that's shared. So I don't want to overcomplicate it for people, but I use like Google Keep as an online notebook. I would naturally go bink, bink, stick it in Keep, and just pull it out of my notebook and text it to them.
Okay.
So somewhere, Google Keep, not to just throw random technology at people, is a cloud-based notebook in Google Drive. So if I copy and paste it into my browser tab that I have open at Google Keep, it's going to be right on my phone, and you can just go.
If you do it through Kelly, will that same URL be, if you hop into Kelly, go into command, get that person's contact record, is that same URL pretty easy to populate on your phone from there?
Yes, okay. And you can also, to make it have more technical steps, you can also open up mobile command and do it straight from there.
Okay.
Thank you for asking those questions. I'm actually thrilled you asked those questions because somebody had that question, I'm sure. All right, so let's move on to script number 2. Okay, so script number 2 is our Keller Mortgage script. And we're going to have Chip and Lisa do this one together. And it is simply, think about yourself as an open house. And I always tell, part of your scripts that are attached here also include a Keller Mortgage flyer. So you can just print your script and go to your open house. You're going to want to put out this one flyer in a little stand on the counter or wherever is visible so they don't take it because you want to convert them. And it'll help you create the conversation, and you have essentially what is a really proactive prop to work around. Okay? So Chip and Lisa, who wants to be the client and who wants to be the open house visitor?
I'll be the open house person, the
Visitor?
realtor.
Oh, you're gonna be the realtor? All right, and then we'll switch roles. So Lisa, you first, and then Chip.
Sure. Hi, welcome to the open house. Are you looking in this neighborhood, or are you a lucky person that lives here?
We're actually looking to move into the neighborhood.
Awesome, welcome to the neighborhood. Would you mind if I sent you a digital flyer about this house?
Yeah, I guess that would be okay. Sure.
Okay. I'll text it to you immediately so that you'll have the information as you walk around. How's that work?
Okay, sure.
Okay, your cell phone number?
303-956-7790.
All right, there you go. Enjoy the house, and I'll be talking to you soon.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
All right. So now when do you transition into the Keller Mortgage script, right? So you've got them with the digital flyer. The digital flyer has the open an app button. And so now you have this chance to get the 0+ mortgage on their phone, right?
Right.
So what is your transition into the script on the screen?
So I have them once they come back through.
Okay. All right, go for it.
Have you heard about the 0+ mortgage?
No.
Well, Keller Mortgage does not charge origination fees, underwriting fees, processing fees, or rate lock fees, or any of those other fees that add up to a lot of money out of your own pocket. So in any loan that is greater than $150,000 is going to give you a 1,000 credit back at closing, which will cover the cost of an appraisal or your inspection or any other of those out-of-pocket expenses before closing. Have you heard of that?
I haven't. Sounds pretty cool.
So do you know if your lender has any of these great programs?
I don't. I haven't actually sat down with the lender yet.
Okay. Well, this can save you thousands at closing, which you can use towards your deposit, upgrade something in the home, or save and have some competitive rates. Can I send you this link?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds fine.
All right. Do you want me to text it to you, or you want me to email it to you?
You can just text it to me like you did the flyer. That'd be fine.
Okay. So I'm going to send you the link that is to this app, and I will show you right here where the mortgage button is, and this is how I'm going to send it to you. Is that okay?
Sure. Sounds great. Thanks.
All right. There it goes.
All right. Thanks, Lisa.
Sure.
All right. So Julia, I actually have a thing I actually want to bring up, but I'm interested to see what you think first. So what's your feedback?
I think that open house scripts are extremely difficult, regardless of what you're speaking about, due to the simple fact that you have so many people that come through if you're doing your open houses properly. So unless you have several agents there to grab every single person as they're coming in, it's almost more like you need your scan app, like the app that you can just click and scan. Say, here you go, here's a flyer about the home. At the bottom right-hand corner, it has my scan app that also includes some of our mortgage information. I'll catch up with you on your way back out to talk with you a little more about that if that's okay. So they just get them through the home, and then as they're coming out, you have someone that stands out the door and actually has those conversations as they're leaving. We find that that's much more productive than catching them as they're coming in. Just a few things. It's just very overwhelming, I guess you could say, for a buyer to be like, do you know what a 0+ mortgage is? And they're like, I don't even know if I want this house, right? So I would really make it short, sweet, and to the point. You know, we have a local lender here. His name is Jason. He handles all of our 0+ mortgages. Basically what that is, it's zero cost up front to you, plus a little on the back end if it's over 150,000. That's his job to explain it with you. I'm going to send you his information and vice versa. Can I grab your cell phone number?
Okay, I like that. So Lisa did it essentially in what would have been 2 steps, right? The people came in, she sent them the digital flyer, and then the people on the way out, kind of like you're talking about, she did this with the Keller Mortgage script. All right, so to add on to what Julia said, the only thing I wouldn't have necessarily done there, Lisa, is I never say email. An email in real estate has an 18% open rate, and a text has a 98% open rate. That's which one's the better set of data, right? All right. So, Chip, you're going to be the agent, except we're not going to do the first part that Lisa did. We're just going to pick it up from this script on the screen, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right, guys, go right ahead.
So, Lisa, what did you think about the house?
Oh, it's really nice. It has the right amount of rooms.
Yeah, that's cool. Good, good. Well, I wanted to ask you a question real quick. Have you heard about the 0+ mortgage that Keller Williams offers?
No, I have not.
Okay, cool. Well, let me tell you about it real quick. Keller Mortgage is our mortgage company, and we offer a product that doesn't charge any upfront fees and will actually give you a little bit back at the end, up to at least $1,000 if the loan's over $150,000. What I'd like to do is just shoot you a quick app where you can go check out a little bit more information about it. And then I'm going to have Jason, our local lender, follow up with you and see if it might be a good fit for you. Just tell me your cell phone number real quick and I'll text it over to you.
Sure. It's XXX and 212.
All right, great. I'm going to send it to you right now. Just take a quick look at your phone. You should have that on there. And if you look at this icon that's down here on the bottom right, you'll see the button and you can click on there and Jason will be in touch with you directly through the app. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. So what do you think, Julia?
I think that agents need more practice with the Keller Mortgage as a whole, scripting as a whole, and using it. So, for example, I actually do have a local lender here who specializes now here in just Knoxville with Keller Mortgage. So it is actually a person that is physically here. So it's a little easier to have those conversations. So if you don't have one in your area, we should probably talk to Keller Mortgage about getting you one. I would say that using more fluid verbiage on how you're going to obtain their cell phone information and convince them to either hand you their phone or vice versa. So it would be just a little more of a smooth transition into that conversation and really understanding what 0+ is and how quickly you may be able to explain that in a less complicated way just to get them in and out. And the more information you get, the better off.
Great, right?
Great
the tighter we can make it, the quicker we can connect and we can focus on that relationship and talk about their kids or whatever's happening, right? Maybe you share a favorite baseball team because they have a hat on, or all those various things that help us build a connection, right? So let's all take ourselves off camera. I'm going to show everybody what that looks like really quick. And then we're going to use a script that Julia wrote for recruiting all around technology, which actually should really help you build your profit share, right? Because we are at a great time of change in our industry. So what's it look like? Remember, we saw Keller Mortgage. You can see that button there on the bottom. So let's see what it looks like converting this way. So I just simply recorded my screen for you guys. So we have Keller Mortgage. See my home's flipping through. If I click the button, this is what the consumer sees. So remember, in this scenario, the app is on their phone. They click the Keller Mortgage button. They accept all these things from their disclosures. And then you pop up as the agent because they're coming through your app. They start to fill out their application. I will not take you through a loan application here during our webinar. You guys understand the way that works. And so how do we share that? See that share button right there in the middle, right next to the Keller Mortgage button? We can text it out straight from there. We can also get the Keller Mortgage link from Kelly, but this is an easy way to put the app on the phone. So I thought I would show you guys this stuff first. Okay, so that is not a lot of technical steps. If you guys all want to come back and join me, right? Remember, the app is going to update in the second quarter, meaning that they're going to get that amazing consumer experience that we saw the sketch for in Family Reunion. You can actually see the mock-ups for it in Kelly right now if you want to see the type what we're working on. The app is pretty darn cool. Okay, so before we switch to our third script, what do you guys feel about the first two? Where were your deficiencies? What do you think you should work on?
I think the first one didn't have enough information to make it a good script, and the second one had too much.
Ooh, well, there's some fun feedback. What do you think, Chip and Julia?
I think that for us just moving into the technology world, honestly, and announcing this at Family Reunion, that Gary's script was very easy to understand and easy to go and push it into a conversation and how your conversational style works. So it's good to build on. That's a great building script.
Yeah, so in the handouts for everyone in the course, actually I think all three of them are longer than the ones we're doing here. They have different scenarios. Julia wrote 19 objection handlers for the third script we're going to do in a minute. I appreciated your 6 pages of scripting. And what we're going to talk about next is whether you're a TL like Chip, you own a business center like Julia, or you're an agent like Lisa, you can use this stuff to recruit. So you can recruit directly to your market center. You can use it to build your profit share. And what a great time to help build your profit share during a shift when everyone's freaking out and they're getting less leads and they're losing their market share. And then you have a brand new technology platform that you can use to help recruit, right? So let's go to that script together. So we're going to let Julia drive first because she wrote this thing. And then we are going to let Chip's going to be the person being recruited, and then we'll switch. So in this scenario, right, they're nearly ready to choose Keller Williams over another brokerage. However, they've just recently been on YouTube or Facebook, and they have learned all about command, and they're freaking out about technology. This is a very normal conversation. So good job, Julia. So they do not feel it is important. I've heard this from people in their own company, to be honest. They don't have any confidence in it since they know nothing about it. They appear comfortable. They don't want to feel foolish, right? We don't all like to embarrass ourselves in public. Except for me, it's like a hobby. Okay, so here is our script. The yeses there are the TL and the agent recruiting. This is going to be Julia right now, so go right ahead, you two.
Yeah, so I'm just assuming that we've had a couple of meetings, so we're comfortable with each other, right?
In Julia's script, I didn't want to give too much setup, but you're on like your second or third conversation.
Yeah, okay. So learning technology can be extremely overwhelming. When Command was first released, agents, including myself, expected this business to run flawlessly and for it to just come over as quickly as possible. Things are changing fast. It was just a short year ago that Instagram released their own television department, right?
Okay.
Well, they did. And YouTube television also tried to compete with that. And then Facebook television crashed, right? 2 weeks ago, Facebook tried to buy Snapchat. That didn't work out so well. And I'm over here like, what is a Snapchat? How do you feel about that, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay. No one looks good. No one, including myself. No one looks good when they're learning something new. I sure didn't when this all came out. KW is determined to grow our businesses while cutting our expenses so you don't have to worry about anything but focusing on your success and growing your business while relying on this office to guide you and to coach you through the systems step by step. After all, you came here to get training, coaching, money, opportunity, and I'm committed to making that happen with you. So let's get you started on the path together today, okay?
Well, I appreciate that, Julia. It's all so overwhelming. I mean, you said you didn't know what Snapchat was. I don't even know what Instagram television is. I mean, all of it, I'm just learning how to use a database right now. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm ready for that intense technology.
Yeah. So what I hear you say is you've been doing really great at your old brokerage, and this level of change may not be for you. Is that how you're feeling?
Gosh, I mean, when you put it that way, I don't know that I'm doing great at my old brokerage. That's one of the reasons why you and I keep talking.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't have the fundamentals of real estate down. So technology's that feels like the deep end of a totally different swimming pool to me.
Yeah. So it's feeling a little complex, I would say, right?
Very, very complex. Yes.
I understand. I understand. It is so complex. And we have an entire training department dedicated to coaching with you through this process and all of our scripting and all of our business models step by step. In fact, our top 20% of agents, some of which I know you know as the number one agents in this market, teach those classes themselves because we at Keller Williams want you to succeed. Has any other firm you've interviewed offered you that level of coaching at all?
No, they haven't.
What would happen if you had that support while starting with us in a new career, in a new outlook in business with a new firm?
It sounds good. Let me ask you this question: how much time? How much time do you think that I need to learn this technology? It sounds like it's just hours and hours and hours every day of training on technology, and I need to sell some houses too.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I'm hearing you say is, again, you just feel like it might be a little overwhelming or complex, correct?
Yeah, you got it.
That's okay. We here at Keller Williams, this office, and Tech Enabled Agent, which is a class that our Market Center subscribes to, teach you on your time. Every video, every comment. In fact, let me show you how to log into Command right here. And in the upper right-hand corner, all you have to do is click that question mark. You can also just email Bret, who is our personal coach here at our Market Center, to make sure that all of your questions are answered at any time. We're here to support your growth. How does that sound?
It sounds, it's still, I think, complex and overwhelming, and and you know, I think I get it. Is it like required? Like, do I have to like be a tech genius in the first month at Keller Williams?
I wouldn't say any of us are tech geniuses except the people that build it, to be honest with you, friend. And I'm just so glad you're here to talk about this with me. You don't have to be a genius to get anything done. And you know that I've seen your numbers. You sell a ton of houses. In fact, last year you sold 36 houses, correct?
Yep, that sounds right.
Do you feel like a genius?
No,
but you sold 36 houses and you're successful, right?
Well, I thought so until I met you, and now I'm just overwhelmed and confused. No, I'm kidding. I'm
That's
kidding.
funny.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, I get it, and I do want to do better, and I want to embrace the technology, and it is, you know, I'm 46, and I feel like I need to be 26 to get all this stuff.
You know, again, we're the same age, and I fully understand you, and I'm sitting here with you, ensuring you that we will walk through this with you step by step. In fact, I'll personally spend some time with you as your new team leader when you come to Keller Williams today, and I'll sit with you and we'll go over your entire database, and I'll make sure that you get into our system, again, with our personal Market Center coach for the tech-enabled agent as soon as possible. Would that be okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that, though.
Absolutely, as well you should. And I don't say anything I don't mean, so I promise that will happen for you. So how about we get you signed in and onboarded today, and we'll get you that Trek Warm form, and we can send it to your old brokerage, okay?
All right, let's do it.
Great.
Well done. So my favorite thing about that is Julia doesn't quit, right?
No.
If we can take
Sign here.
Yeah, I know. And Chip's objections were actually fantastic. If I didn't know you were a TL already, I would now know that you're
I've heard a few objections.
Yes, you have. And so if there's anything we can take, before I ask Lisa's opinion, we can take from any script, is that Julia didn't take no for an answer. She just kept going. She kept asking questions and relating back to Chip, right? She said back to him what he said and then moved the conversation forward. So Lisa, what did you think watching that?
Yeah, I think that Julia's support, you know, is a big push, because so many times people do say, oh, we're all starting to learn this together, as their objection meter. But really what it is that these are our support systems, and this is how you're going to get there, is a much better way to hit that objection.
All right, perfect. So with a few less objections, because we just did a whole bunch of objection handlers, let's switch roles, and Chip, you recruit Julia.
Okay, and will you roll the script back up to the top for me?
Will I actually run the coaching program?
Completely internalized it yet.
Okay, so remember, you guys are on your second or third conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Julia is resistant to technology, which is crazy to me because she's a super lab member. So go right ahead.
Hey, Julia. So thank you so much for coming back to see me again today. And I know one of the places that we left off and some of the text messages that we have gone back and forth are, I know that you're a little bit concerned with the new technology that Keller Williams is putting out on the street, and that it can feel overwhelming. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, you know, I was gung ho. I was ready to come over here, man, but I'm telling you, this is a lot. I mean, I'm on YouTube. I got agents from like Century 21 going, if Keller Williams is going to fail, this isn't going to work. You've got people in your own company don't even think this is going to be great, and they're talking about it all over Facebook. I mean, I'm just not comfortable with it.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, so Command, and just to be sure, because we like you've learned a lot about Keller Williams and the language that we have already. So Command is our master database program, right? It really, we say CRM because there really isn't another word for it. So you and I are on the same page. You have a CRM that you're using right now. Is that correct?
I got spreadsheets. That's what they gave us over at Remax. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's
Okay.
not say names, Julia. Continue.
Gotcha. So when Command, which is a detailed way of running a database that will help to remind you who you need to call, keep you on track with all the business that you're doing, keep you on track with your transactions. When it was first released, agents had the expectation that their business was going to run like it always did, but things are running fast. And it was just a short year ago that Instagram released their own television department, right? Did you hear about that?
I did. In fact, it's like IGTV or something. It's on my Instagram. I just don't know how to use it.
Right. And then YouTube TV, are you familiar with that? That came out. That's been pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's been on my Hulu app, and I don't know what it is, but it's there.
Okay, but you use Hulu, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I don't know if you heard about Facebook tried to buy Snapchat, and I'm over here going, what the hell is Snapchat, right?
Right.
So we all do this together. And so even the people that are at the very top of their game, the very top technologists that are out there in the field, even they're not doing it correctly. Even they're not getting it right. And so one of the things that KW is determined to do is to grow our business while cutting our expenses so you don't have to worry about anything but focusing on your success and growing on your business while you rely on us, while you rely on the office and you rely on our coaches and our technology department to coach you through these systems step by step. And you said that the reason why you were coming here and the reason why you were so excited was for the training, the coaching, the money, the opportunity. And you know, Julia, that I'm committed to seeing that happen for you. So let's get started on that path together today. We will walk through the technology piece by piece with you. And the main thing is focus on growing the business the way that you want to do it. How does that sound?
Well, I mean, it's always sounded great, and I really appreciate the meeting with you. You know, I've not been using any tech. I do really well in my other brokerage. You know that. It's why you reached out to me to begin with. And I just kind of feel like there's so many big agents here, and there's so much pressure here to perform at such a high level and learning all of this new stuff and still being able to compete with them. You know, I was the number one agent at my old brokerage, and here, I mean, I don't even know where I would fit in, let alone learning a whole new system. It's just really, it's really scary, you know?
Yeah, I kind of go back as I'm listening to you. I kind of go back and I think about those two words, complex and overwhelming. Let me ask you this. Remove that, right? Take all the other agents out, take the market center out, remove the complexion, the complexity, remove the overwhelming piece, and see yourself having the business that you want to have. What do you feel like is the number one thing that you need that you don't have now in order to accomplish that?
You know, I really don't know. I feel like I was going to come over here and I was probably going to be, you know, like agent of the month or something awesome because I'm just coming in with so many listings. And now I kind of feel like I'm going to come in here and be completely lost, and I won't have the relationships that I had in the same way that I had in my old brokerage, and I'm not going to be the number one agent. And I just really feel like with all of this new stuff that's being added to your brokerage that I should just stay where I'm at.
Sure. Let me ask you this question, Julia. And I know that relationships are important. I know that being number one can be important. What are the things in your world, the reasons why you're in real estate that are more important than those? The reason why you get out of bed and do this every day?
I love that question. So, yeah, so the reason I do this every day is just so I can give back to the community. It's really important for me to be involved. You know, I sit on several boards, and the reason that I do this is that my community stays involved with my business, and my business stays involved in the community. And I just really like to give back to what I can everywhere I can.
Yeah. I think back to that very first meeting that you and I had, and that was one of the things that attracted me to you was that spirit, that giving back spirit. And one of the things that I want, and I think that you'll remember this from that first meeting that we had, one of the things, the path that I want you to be on, Julia, is how do you grow that even bigger, right? And you know, you're a bright young woman, and you know that technology has to be a piece of that, right? You can feel it already. You know in your heart that running your database database on a spreadsheet is not going to keep you at number one. And it certainly is not going to give you that path that you want to be on. And my commitment to you, my personal commitment to you, Keller Williams' commitment to you, is that we're going to put you on that path and we're going to do it together. And I'll tell you what, my friend, it is a little scary. I'll be honest with you. It is a little scary. And that piece of it's not going away, right? Instagram TV is not going away. Hulu's not going away. Whatever Snapchat is, it's not going away. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get deeper. And I want you to be in the right place so that doesn't pass you by, and so that you can not only retain those commitments and that community experience that you have, but that you can really, really excel. So let's do this. Let's take a step in the right direction. Let's get you signed up today. I will baby step your way through this. Like I said, we're all learning this together, and we'll come together on this and make sure that we can grow your business together. How does that sound?
Awesome. I'm ready to go. I love that you brought it back to my why. Love it.
Great observations. What do you think, Lisa?
Yeah, I agree with her that the total turnaround back to the why, to bring it back to the priority instead of just living in the technology worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, you went back to her why, you overcame the objections, you related back to her, you hung in there, right? That's the thing we have to keep focusing on. That's why I'm happy to have a business center owner and a TL here. I watch it, I role play all the time with people, and I watch them give up on like the second basic objection. And I don't know how deep you guys went. I should have counted them, but you're 9, 10, 11 objections deep, and you keep going. And that's why you have successful businesses. Okay, so we're going to go to Q&A soon, but everyone's got homework. So hold on, let me tell them about the homework. So go to the group on Connect. This is how I get you to go to Connect. And you're going to look for a role play partner, right? We have our own group in Connect now, like we discussed in the beginning of class. If you join us late, practice these scripts on the phone. Don't do it on video, actually. Seeing the person can kind of mess with you. Just listen, right? Pick up your phones, practice the technical steps too, and then go use these things in public. Practicing at home does not bring you business. Practicing at home is necessary so that way you flourish when you're out in public meeting people. Okay, so you guys hang in there, go to Q&A. I'm gonna pop out our questions. Okay, so how would you change? This is actually a great question from Bob. This goes back to our first script. How would you change the script if you did not have their home address, for instance? Did I stump you guys?
Which one are we talking about? I'm sorry. Script.
Script number one, right?
Okay.
So we had we confirmed their address, right? We're like, hey, do you still live at 123 Main Street? Bob is asking where we would change the script there if we didn't know that to refer back to it.
I think you got to go to where you met them, right? So what's the context behind that? It's a little bit odd that we're in real estate and we're having a conversation with somebody and we don't know what their home address is. So I think I would pivot off of it, and let's say it's an open house lead. So I would say, hey, Bob, this is Chip over at Keller Williams. We met at 1234 Smith Street last weekend, and I have some great neighborhood information about this house. And one of the best ways that you can see that and experience it is when you see it for your own house, because it's unique to your own neighborhood. And if you don't know the neighborhood that I'm sending you the information about, then it's not going to resonate with you. So what I'd like to do is text this over to you, and I just need to know what neighborhood you live in and what your address is so that I can personalize it to you.
Nice.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So every person I meet, if they give me a business card, they get a little note on the side of it of where I met them, or I send it to Kelly and I put a note in Kelly. If I'm sitting with them at a grocery store, same thing. Hey, I met you at the grocery store 2 days ago. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then let's go to another script. So Melanie Peters here says that she would change will cover the cost, which I actually did take from a Keller Mortgage script, to likely cover the cost, as we cannot have certainty about what those costs are. Actually, I think that's a reasonably fair idea. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bret loves there's a different Bret, not me, not using a third person, loves the idea of giving them a digital flyer to walk through the house. Paul Paula asks, can we have a KW mortgage lender call the prospective buyer rather than fill out the pre-approval? Well, Julie, it sounds like you have that relationship.
I do.
Okay.
Not every area has one specifically for their area. We're a high retirement area. These people do not text. They do not use tech. They're here to retire and be left alone. So we actually have to have a person here.
Yeah, and once you get to use Keller Mortgage for your clients, then you get to know the people in your people get thrown to, and then you can use them as a resource. Like I know a couple of guys that are up in Dallas, but they answer questions because they're Texas.
Okay. And then we have Cindy wants me to review how we email the neighborhood link. Simply, Cindy, you go into the contact field and you add a neighborhood, or if it's added already, you just copy that URL, put it into the email, paste it into the email, and send it away.
And there's a video tutorial on that. There's a how-to video on the neighborhoods. I think it's under the Tier 1, under Tech-Enabled Agent Technology tab on KW Connect.
And as part of our, I don't want to have everyone sit through the beginning part, but as part of the class so they can go back and review on demand, we did that slide for what's it look like in Command. You can see how to do it. So you can go back to fasttrack.mykajabi.com. Guys, thank you. I actually have to go teach in my market center in 10 minutes. So thank you so very, very much for joining me. One thing that I think we need to focus on in a shift is our skills, right? We have to learn how to use these things, but if we just focus our coaching program as a tech seminar, we're not going to get any better and convert any better. And so now one of the things that excites me about this platform is that, when we have that conversation about, oh, I do this with my CRM, oh, we're doing this, and you try to figure out how to do something like them and it doesn't quite work. We all get to use the same thing now. So we should all improve faster and be able to convert faster, improve our skills faster. So guys, thank you again so much. Chip,
Thank
Lisa,
you.
Julia.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
See you from Denver. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Go into the group and practice those scripts and get a role play partner. See you later, Chip. Bye.